Hello and welcome to Engage. This year is going to look a little bit different at the Morley Academy because we can't have you in school. However, we're looking at different ways to try and innovate and change the way we do it to make you at home feel like you're really here in school doing things with us. We're aiming to explore more practical and innovative ways to make it more interactive for you so you can still get the Engage experience at home. PSCHE at the Morley Academy is delivered through Be Smart Days. These are days where students are off timetables and they're completing citizenship lessons and talking about the social, moral, spiritual and cultural aspects of their lives. Throughout each year, Be Smart teaches the students at the Morley Academy of how to develop as a young person and how to develop as a part of society. We hope that they leave the Morley Academy with the confidence to go out and be the best of themselves. So, I'll hand over to Miss Tidswell, who is the Be Smart coordinator for our school.
So our PHCE is delivered at the Morley Academy through drop-down days throughout the year. We have 3 of these. Our first Be Smart Day for Year 7 and 8 will be on the 3rd of December, and that will focus on health and personal well-being. Day 2 will be in the second term, and that will focus on citizenship and the ideas around British values and democracy. And then finally, Day 3, we will look at financial well-being. You can see really clearly here exactly what you will be doing on your first Be Smart Day. So Year 7 will begin with child exploitation and gender identity. Year 8, sex and consent and healthy lifestyles and drugs. And then Year 7, once again, we'll look at Gorse Gets Healthy, something that we are going to focus on in tonight's Engage evening, online safety, and finally gender equality. Once again, something we're going to have a quick focus on tonight. Year 8, we'll look at positive mental health, how to save a life, so that's how you can use CPR, and then finally image and identity and how we sort of promote our own identities and how we could potentially change those. Now for you pupils at home, you will know exactly what a Brains Engage is because you do it every lesson. But for any parents and carers who are just thinking, what on earth is this? This is just a little starter to get you thinking about our first topic, which will be healthy eating. So I would like you to discuss, please, as a family, what you do in your leisure time. I want you to think about, more importantly, why you do the things you do. So these could be personal things that you like to do in your leisure time, or maybe what you like to do together, and why do you do those. Okay, hopefully your discussions have come up with some really good ideas of the things that you like to get up to on your weekends and on an evening. I'm hoping that some of the things that you talked about included things like exercise and how you manage to stay active. I know personally, especially this year when we've had loads of extra time due to the lockdown, I have absolutely loved taking my dog for long walks in the park. And obviously walking and exercise is really important as part of a healthy lifestyle. It may be that you've also talked about things like you like playing board games together or playing on computer games together, which obviously is absolutely fine because socialising and spending quality time together is really, really important for our mental and our physical well-being. Okay, your next task then. On the screen you can see that there is a table with 6 different items that help you sort of strive towards a healthy living. Some of these include things like completing at least 60 minutes of exercise or eating 5 portions of fruit and vegetables a day. Your task with your parents and carer is to try and name a family member, friend or neighbour who does each of those key things that help towards a healthy lifestyle. It's a big challenge. Can you name one for each?
So you're probably wondering, what am I going to do with all this work I produced? Well, we'd love to see what you've done. So please share it with us on social media, on Twitter and Instagram with the hashtag TMAEngage. Now it's time to move on and think about something different. Gender equality. This is something important we cover in Be Smart Days and something important in everyday life. It might mean something different to you. I've been around school and listened to what the teachers have to say.
As a business studies teacher, all organisations should be trying to find the best people regardless of the gender that they are. This makes the best organisations when we try and see past gender and we just try and treat people equally based upon their merits.
Gender equality is important because throughout history, women have been misrepresented. For example, the stereotype of a woman through the medieval period is that they may have helped on the farm, but they would have run the home. In actual fact, we have sources of evidence that show that women were medieval builders, helping to build churches and houses. Women didn't just contribute on the farm, they often would run the farms themselves. And that misconception has gone through history, which has aided this myth about this stereotype of woman throughout time.
In science, there's a very good example of gender inequality. Many decades ago, when the discovery of DNA, there was two people that were recognised as discovering DNA, that was Watson and Crick. They got awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for it. What came out years later was that Rosalind Franklin, who is one of our houses in Morley Academy, that she contributed a lot of work, and they saw her ideas and used her research to develop their own research. And they got awarded the Nobel Prize, and she didn't. Now this information only really came out to the public after she died, and unfortunately, because they can't award Nobel Peace Prizes posthumously, she never got awarded. But nowadays, she is being recognised, along with Watson and Crick, as the discoverer of the structure of DNA.
Okay, so no matter what gender equality means to you personally, it is important not just in our local environment within the Morley Academy, but globally as well. The statistics that you can see really highlight the problems with gender inequality around the world. The gender pay gap. Women earn 16% less than men on average. 1 in 3 women worldwide has experienced either physical or sexual violence.
One of these girls was called Malala, and here's her story. Once upon a time, there was a young girl who loved going to school and doing reading and writing. However, she lived in an area where there were some political leaders that didn't want her to go to school. They in fact used to attack the schools and try to stop girls going to school altogether. What would you do if the people with political power in your area attacked your school and said you, boy or girl, weren't allowed to go to school anymore? So one day, this young girl, who was only 11 years old at the time, started to make speeches and write blogs saying that girls should be allowed to go to school as well as boys. However, the people in power who didn't want girls to go to school started to try and frighten her to stop her telling people these things. They knew lots of people around the world were listening to what she was saying, so they made it clear that they would harm her if she carried on saying these things. If someone threatened you for saying your opinion, would you stop? Would you carry on anyway? The young girl did not stop saying her opinions, so one day, when she was only 14 years old, a man came onto the bus when she was on her way to school and shot her. The bullet hit her right in the head. Luckily, this young girl did not die. She was taken to another country and she survived, and she went on to finish school and continues to tell the world that girls should be allowed to go to school. What do you think of this girl? Do you think that she made an impact? Why? Or why not?
So hopefully you're feeling really inspired by the story of Malala and how she managed to overcome huge odds to try and make a difference for gender equality. Just on a final note, I want you to think about whether you could be like Malala and how you could make a difference for something you are passionate about. What local or global issues do you care about? And what could you do to make a difference?
I hope you found today's session useful. Understanding diversity, life, and its challenges is something we can all do more of. We're always looking for ways to make Engage more tailored for you. So, in the description down below, you'll find a feedback form which you can fill in to let us know how you think it went and how you think Engage should look in the future. Also, please don't forget to share your work with us using the hashtag TMAEngage on Twitter and Instagram. And until the next one, I'll see you then. Thank you very much for joining us.